Hi everyone, I'm James Moberly and welcome to my final project presentation on searching coronavirus research database via ProQuest. If you have already viewed my video tutorial, then know that it is a training guide to help users in taking advantage of this resource. A summary of the project will be presented here by addressing the target audience, reasons for creating the guide, my role, and the implementation and testing plan. Coronavirus Research Database is one of multiple databases hosted by ProQuest at San Jose State University and covers any topic related to coronavirus, whether it's disease, health, vaccination, etc. In my video tutorial, I mention the content it provides and how it can assist users in academic or non-academic research through use of search features. The target audience are SJSU students and faculty that are looking for relevant information either for academic or personal purposes in a body of over 36,000 enrolled students. It's expected that users that come to this database will bring their skills and knowledge from prior introductory tutorials and research experiences. I believe video tutorials such as the one I created are effective resources for database instruction that are here to stay. This format incorporates procedural step-by-step instruction through the use of both audio and visual aesthetics that are more attentive, thus increasing the possibility of user understanding on how to search the coronavirus database, meaning that their access to important information as a result will be enhanced. This is important not only for academic or research success, but also personal success with health and well-being. Also, the asynchronous nature of the training guide allows the instruction to be taken at the desired pace or on replay if needed, such as after the session or if new cases later on emerged, for instance, due to new variants or new vaccines were developed in response, etc. I chose the coronavirus research database for two reasons. One, though mandates have been lifted and most people have continued on with their lives, coronavirus is still ongoing with new cases and information still coming out every day, meaning that this database will still be relevant for years to come. I also believe that scholarly research will be demanded on topics related to COVID, such as the effectiveness of lockdowns and preventing the spread of it, or collective action versus personal responsibility, etc., due to the disruption the pandemic has been on a global scale. Second, though part of ProQuest, which is one of the major hosts of databases alongside EBSCOhost, very few seem to know that this database exists. I myself, from personal experience, wasn't aware of it either until I did some digging and figured that for reasons mentioned earlier, more students and faculty are going to need it later on, even if they don't realize it now. In developing my video tutorial, I assumed the role of an academic librarian giving an instruction in information literacy. As a librarian in training at SJSU, I also take classes each week. Currently, in person or virtually, help may be sought out by students or faculty of reference personnel on instruction in the use of coronavirus research database. Later on during my future internships, I may be asked to do similar work if asked to by students. The King Library website currently has a page featuring online video tutorials under the Research Support tab in the menu to increase information literacy, whether it's how to use the library, research help, database guides, and writing, etc. After getting feedback and making changes to my tutorial, I will ask the King Library whether they will consider adding it to the database guides section right next to the other video tutorials called ProQuest Databases and Database Spotlight, ProQuest News, and Newspapers. To assess the tutorial's effectiveness, though, students will be provided a link to a Google Forms survey on the last slide with questions designed to gauge students' comprehension of what was presented and elicit feedback regarding the tutorial's design, delivery, and content. In conclusion, I wanted to reflect on a few things. First, in a post-COVID landscape, even without new cases or outbreaks of new variants, libraries have experienced a shift as a result despite businesses reopening due to more people becoming adjusted to being online or working remotely, meaning that librarians going forward will have to be skillful in creating video content or engaging by screen in order to reach users. Second, if COVID is still going to be a factor, then why not create a tutorial that is relevant not just on a scholarly level, but a personal level as well? As for my decisions, the reason I didn't explain where to find and how to use the controlled vocabulary on the homepage interface, despite most tutorials doing so, is because there isn't one, so I had to sell with after the initial results and applying limiters as a way to narrow even further. When it comes to Boolean operators, I didn't spend as much time explaining them as I could have, is because I assume by this point that users would have already learned in prior tutorials or have some familiarity that doesn't warrant going into depth again. On top of coronavirus and mental health as key terms, the reason I didn't employ a third one to get more specific and even narrower results was because either way I thought the point was still made in regard to increasing or decreasing precision and recall. Overall, though, creating the tutorial employed communication technology and editing in ways that hadn't been done before by me through voiceover and video activity. I anticipate that there will be opportunity to apply these on top of the online searching skills I gained in this course in my future career as an academic librarian in order to help users become more effective in their searches. Include here are references that were used for my presentation. Have a good day.